learned dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Pathak, Mr. Prem Narayan, Mr. Ashok Kumar, Amit Sharma, and Upadhyaya. And all the delegates. I have the privilege of being here with, in the E-India conference, because financial inclusion is one area which our bank has taken with passion across the country now. So we have, I will not have any presentation. I will just briefly tell about what we are thinking about financial inclusion and what bank has done. So as of now, we have a big task of financial inclusion, and we have a large population. Geographical spread is also challenging. Only 58% of the households in India are availing banking services. And while policymakers and financial sector participants are developing greater awareness about the importance of prioritizing the goals of all-inclusive financial access for achieving growth with equity in the country, there is a need felt than never before for ensuring that the progress on the ground is in line with the expectations on the mind, on the paper. This needs collaborative action from all concerned. And therefore, we are here. The E-India is a good step in this direction. Opening of the bank accounts is only the beginning, and the focus is now not just on the improving access, but also on better use of financial infrastructure. So technology is the key to providing low-cost financial services, as you all know, in unbanked rural areas. It has only the potential to address the issues of outreach and credit delivery, the twin objectives of financial inclusion initiative. The outreach is expected to cover the poor, underprivileged, uneducated section of the society, which is more prevalent in the rural areas, causing financial exploitation. Now, some of the challenges that need to be overcome with technology intervention, as we have seen, is the distance and reach. The environmental factors, terrain, high temperature, locations, far-flung locations, deserts, and inclemental weather and physical failures. Lack of communication, frequent network failures in the remote areas. Storage of large volume of data, avoiding obsoleteness of storage devices. Ensuring KYC norms. Then we have the problems of link failures, possible misuse due to poor monitoring by corporate BCs when we appoint corporate BCs. Failure on the technology service providers in extending timely support when there is a problem. And there is interoperability between business correspondents of the same bank and with other banks, as rightly said by Mr. Ashok Kumar. Scope in the technology model to upgrade to suit the requirement of delivery. These are some of the issues which we have found as challenge in implementing technology in FI. While the challenges are formidable, technology advancement, particularly in communication sector, have provided a lot of solutions to help overcoming the difficulties. Therefore, to develop a cost-effective technology and select a cost-effective technology model is another challenge for banks to implement this. So we have a variety of technologies available in the market today for financial inclusion. We have smart cards, we have mobile phones, we have kiosks. A lot of technologies have been explored. While each of these alternatives have its own merits and demerits, what needs to be explored is to look at building a technology platform which is having all these technologies, advantages of all these technologies, working in tandem such that technology can take care of most of the challenges. And we have business and pricing models are also available at other side, such as open source models, pay-per-use models, and development of customized solutions. Each of these have pros and cons. The open source models are cheaper but may not be scalable. The customized solutions will require upfront investments and strong management setups, but it will render maximum flexibility and scalability for different sources of business management. For any technology intervention, the following are essential prerequisites: the portability, the flexibility, the extensibility, the efficiency, reliability, quality, and speed. So Corporation Bank has chosen to implement a financial inclusion by way of a branchless banking model developed in-house. It is more or less same as told by Mr. Ashok Kumar in Central Bank of India. It has a business correspondent, handheld devices, upgraded now. They are getting upgraded to micro ATMs that enable them to carry out customer transactions in a secure manner. The branchless banking solutions located in rural areas are branded as Corp Gramin Vikas Kendras in Corporation Bank. Bank was an early entrant in financial inclusion. Proactively, bank took up financial inclusion as early as 2006. So the bank has deployed 2,693 BCs, which are mainly provided by the corporate BC agents, and it has covered 3,545 villages as of now. We have a plan now to implement more number of villages in the next 3 years. Bank has already got a plan approved by the Reserve Bank of India. So bank has procured an FI gateway. Bank is also AEPS online enabled. So the technology used by the bank is considered by us as very secure, scalable, reliable, flexible, interoperable, robust, and upgradable. So here the bank has implemented FI through corporate business correspondence, as I said, 3-4 corporate who will appoint BCs in villages taken up by the bank for FI, both in service area and non-service area. And we have a very ambitious plan to further take ahead the FI initiative. Bank has planned to open 150 new brick and mortar branches in unbanked areas during 2013-14. Bank has also plans to adopt mobile vans and also kiosk model to cater to the customers in remote areas as well as in urban locations. We are carrying out FI initiative in Andhra Pradesh state in a big way. We have 915 non-service area villages and 65 service area villages in Andhra Pradesh state. Our target to have 915 non-service area villages and 99 service area villages by end of March 2014. We have 9,13,000 no-frill accounts in the state of AP as on 30/6/2013. So bank wants to issue RuPay Aadhaar cards to illiterates also, and making software changes in the ATM switch for blocking generation of PIN in these cards to avoid possible misuse by cardholders using it both on ATMs and biometric mode. So bank equally considers illiterates also to be provided by the RuPay cards. So bank already into the direct benefit transfer initiative. Bank has having 85 districts in 2 phases in the country where we have started implementing DBT, and we have opened more than 2 lakh accounts in phase 1 and has commenced opening accounts in phase 2 now. So we have made operative Aadhaar payment bridge system APBS. Benefits are transferred directly to beneficiaries' account based on Aadhaar number seeded to their accounts. Aadhaar-enabled payment system is also being made operational. So our executive directors, they have personally taken this initiative. We have a steering committee at the corporate level which meets every week. It is led by our executive director, Srivastava, and who is spearheading the entire DBT in this bank. So we are all, with passion, we are moving. Hopefully we will be in a position to contribute or commit to the expectations of the regulators and the government. And at the conclusion, I will just mention few things which we have felt necessary to take ahead this initiative. In all its efforts, communication and information technology has been very crucial, and the importance will be definitely felt more in the days ahead. The bigger opportunities such as use of mobiles are seen for secure payments to the beneficiaries, but they are to go through user acceptance tests in the field. As of now, interoperable Aadhaar-enabled payments through AEPS interface between NPCI and bank serves the server looks acceptable. Most important issue is the awareness at all levels that especially at unbanked villages, maximum number of accounts from public is to be opened. Those accounts, those persons who do not have bank accounts are to be opened, and Aadhaar is rolled out across the country. At the same time, technology service providers are also expected to give value for the money that the bank spends. And I conclude once again thanking the opportunity given to me and Corporation Bank to talk on financial inclusion in a state which is leading amongst all the states in implementation of FI and DBT. Thank you.